So that is my part of the share. Now I would like to hear from Teacher Ann. Okay, Teacher Ann. So why we came up with this topic is because nowadays, right? My gosh, during this MCO is so tough for us, especially with children. I have two kids, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I can almost every day die and live again, die and live again, like resurrected, die on the cross, resurrected, die on the, every day, that kind of feeling. So how do we get out of this cycle of resurrection every day? Like, the kids are always rebelling. They always say no. Watch TV. After TV, they go gila. After, go to shower, they go gila. So what should we do? How do we parents react to that?
Okay, sure. I think first and foremost, because your kids are really young still, right? Your Kaden is how old? 4 years old?
4 years old. Kaden is 4 years old.
4 years old, right?
The one is 2 years old.
Yeah. So since you're dealing with kids at that age, and there are a lot of parents out there with kids that age, you have to understand that the only way that they can tell you they're unhappy about something is to scream, yell, throw a tantrum, or whack somebody, things like this. This is how they react if they're unhappy about something. So I just want you to stay cool, because that is normal. So it is actually how you react to when they behave in that manner that is the one that's important. Okay?
Really?
Yeah. And
it's really normal.
It's normal. It's really normal, because because sometimes it's just, if they scream, let them scream.
Okay.
Let them scream.
Parents, if you agree with Teacher Ann that it's normal that me and Mary, my wife is Mary, we are not the only couple who is going through this. Please comment down there that it's normal. Okay, so please share with us your views as well. Tell it's normal, Kevin. Just say normal. Okay, just comment normal. Okay, so we wait for some comments to come in. But how? I mean, like every day is almost driving us nuts. You see, so it's like I mean, we have to work, we have to do house chores, and then we have to have our own me time also lah, right? Watch Netflix, all some nice movies. So now my movies, right? All my Netflix is all Shark Doodoo, PJ Masks. I know their names like Owlet. I know Gecko. I'm like, the wheels on the bus goes up. It's like again and again every day. So my question would be like, how do we reach to a point where they know, okay, they say cannot watch TV. Okay. Oh, Kaden, time to go shower. Okay. Will that ever happen in our this during? I mean, if more than maybe can lie, just to ease my heart a bit, before I go into depression.
A couple of things. Yeah, actually, this is to help you. Actually, okay, they will cry, right? So sometimes it's more about how we react. Now, say for instance, if you want him to get off after 2 hours of TV and then he's screaming, right? Or there's something else that he wants to do. Just now, you said that he still wants more screen time, right? Sometimes it's about agreeing at the very beginning, all right? That this is the amount of time that you're going to spend with them. And there are times I've done this before. I gave them a choice. I said, look, 2 hours is 2 hours. I did this with my daughter when she was 3. Both my daughters when they were 3. We live in Subang. So Subang Parade was where my daughters literally grew up in every week. Back then, the only place we can go is shopping. There's no Mid Valley, no KLCC. So where do we go? We go to Subang Parade every week without fail. Now, upstairs in Subang Parade, there's the amusement park. So I told them, I said, look, you have a choice. Okay, right from the beginning, before we even step foot into that place for the first time. So you have a choice. Either you go for 3 rides, and after that, no fuss, we leave. And every week when we come back here, I'll take you for 3 rides. Or you can ride as many rides as you want. We can stay here the whole day, but we'll never come here again.
Oh, okay. So you make a bargain with them, like you watch 2 hours now, then tomorrow you get to watch every day, like. But if you want to watch 10 hours now, means bo liao.
Right, yes. So like you can even do it this way. If they do scream next week, tomorrow, you just don't say anything, no screen time.
Oh.
They learn very fast.
What if?
But you got to tell them in advance,
Okay, what if I foresee this will happen already. Okay, I don't want tomorrow, I don't want already. Today I watch 10 hours. Tomorrow cry or I want. Then how?
Okay, you see, that's the thing. Whether you're tougher or he's tougher, the kids know. They know how long to scream.
Tough as in
You know,
what sense?
parents
Like
Yeah.
oh,
No,
right.
sometimes just let them cry because it's the energy, and don't even tell them, okay, you got to stop crying or get upset with them. Just let them cry, But the point is that just let them know, look, this is a choice you made, very calmly to say this is a choice that you made. So since you watched 10 hours already, then that means 5 days no TV.
For
You
5
have
days,
to be
5 days I have to sit down there and let them cry.
no, they won't do.
Won't lah.
They're smarter than that.
Okay.
They're smarter than that.
Okay.
Yeah, the day they don't cry, right? The day they don't cry, the next day you can say, okay, look, I was very proud of you. I was so proud of you because you didn't kick up a fuss. So are we agreeable? Just 2 hours a day, and then you don't kick up a fuss every day. You watch for 2 hours.
So it works.
It works because the kids are smart. The thing is that the kids are very, very smart. Now, I think all of you who have children, you've seen them even as babies, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. They cry, they look at you to see whether you're responding. If you're not responding,
correct.
there you go. They are very, very smart. I started doing this even at the age of 2+, 3+. The minute you can talk to them, they understand, and they do understand. Then you can talk to them and negotiate things like this with them already. You'll be surprised. And because they're smart and you treat them like very smart kids who can make decisions, they will come through. But you got to stand firm though. Okay?
I don't know if it works for me now, because like if let's say, okay, so today you sure you want to watch 4 hours, tomorrow no more TV, then tomorrow I die. Like then like like yeah. So okay. Parents, if you learn something from this, you can learn to, like, for what we have discussed right now, bargain. Is it bargaining, right? The bargaining power. Yeah, my son always like last one. Like want to watch the last one, that kind of thing. Is it the same thing, right? How do we?
Same thing. If it's the last one, it's the last one. Yeah, because he knows that if he kicks up already at 4+, he knows that if he kicks up a fuss, he's gonna get some more. And if he pushes through. So you if he says the last one, right? You don't say sure last one. No, don't do that. If it's the last one, that means don't even talk to him like that. Yeah. So the minute the last one, you turn it off. Just turn it off and don't say a thing. You said it's the last one. Don't even say, because the kids know the minute you engage with them. Okay. Because one of the things that I help parents understand, and even my teachers understand, is how we react means whether the kids are in control or we are in control.
Okay. Before we go any further, let me just show you one video. For all our viewers who are there, let me just share with you one video, which I recorded recently. That last one thing happened. And then I did what you said. No. Sorry, no more. You watched 2 hours already. So let me share this video so that you all will understand how I'm going through, like, every day. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy. There you go. So every day, we have to go through the same cycle. Like last one. Okay, I give him last one. But sometimes I also soft hard like okay lah, one more. The moment I off, right? Ini macam lah. So apakah nasihat cikgu Ann?
You just said it, Kevin. You just said it. You're soft heart. You've got a very soft heart, and your son knows it. That's the thing. I learned how to do this from this book. I don't know, I can't find it anymore. It's how to bring up a brighter child, right? And it's about helping them make decisions. So you give them this choice or that choice. That's it. But you got to see it through. So if you say last, you don't negotiate with him already. Last, okay, fine. I take your word for it. Switch it off. He will scream. And then how often and how long he screams will actually determine, because sometimes it's because they know you have a soft heart and you will give in. At other times, there are kids who are also what we call strong-willed child.
Yeah.
And they will be the one in control. They will do until they get their way.
Wow.
There is that too, but this one I think is more because you just give it a shot and don't negotiate. Already negotiated. So the minute he says okay, don't ask him if he's sure. Just do it. No more, one more, no more, one more, and so on. Yeah, you give that a shot. Then
So
he knows you mean it.
I have to strengthen my will and harden my heart and like no more.
It is not about hardening your heart, right? Because you're gonna be soft-hearted anyway. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I need to like become like some WWE wrestler, like no, like it's quite tough. It's quite tough.
It's called tough love. It is called tough love. So our job as parents is actually to get the kids to understand when they make deals with us, and they have to also understand when they break the deal, what the consequences are, you know. So you and I know its consequences. For them, it's like, I think I can get away with one more.
Okay.
You know, if I throw a bigger tantrum. You know, I shared with you, I had a case of a student who threw a tantrum until he was 14 years old. So when the parent came to see me and I said, hey, I think it sounds like your son is just throwing a bigger tantrum. You just, and he gets older and he's still doing it. Then do what you just did, pull out your phone and just take a video. Yeah.
And then go viral it so that when he become adult, then we show him like, look what you did to daddy 20 years ago. Or like that, is it?
That's wedding blackmail material, okay? But you can just keep it. Don't say anything. Don't even react to the screaming and all that. Then on another day when he calms down, this is when he gets a bit older. At this moment, I don't think he knows what he looks like because they have no inhibitions at this age as to whether they look all right or they don't look all right. If they do persist with throwing a tantrum when they're older, then that's when you pull it out. Take a video and put it aside. When he's calmed down on another day, you pull out, okay, look, this is what it looks like when you throw a tantrum.
They knew you macam ni. So threaten them to post it up on Facebook Live and make sure I don't let your friends see, but you like that.
No, don't blackmail them. Don't blackmail them.
We have a question here in the comment. What if kids always answer no to anything you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That's parent. I want to give you a prize, man. On the dot. Like, please reward him with some prizes, please. Every day. That is actually my next question. Okay. Before we go to that no thing, which is definitely gonna be on my list. While we are on this topic, as let's say they behave like that every day and they really go overboard. So now we are halfway through into our session. Let's answer the question. Teacher Ann, to whack or not to whack? So is Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa or to what? Teacher Ann.
Hey, whack, of course, just in case. Well, that's from Russell Peters.
Okay.
My favorite. No. Okay. Let me put whacking into perspective. There are times to whack and times not to whack. You need to know when and you need to know how.
I'm very interested in the when we should. Yes, let's do it.
Yeah. Challenging you will be a norm because you have to understand the nature of children, and this is actually misinterpreted as rebellion. It's not. It's just the nature of children. They will push boundaries. You put a boundary there, like what happened when you say last one, Okay?
Yeah.
You put the boundary there. So when he says he's crying and he will say, please, I want more. The minute he gets that one more, he has put that foot across that line that you drew. So they know the line shifts, you see? And therefore, you have to make sure that when you say no, it's a real no. Because your kids otherwise know, and they will push boundaries. They will push boundaries all the way easily up to the age of 17 and 18. Because I got the luxury of teaching kids from really young and having my own kids all the way to college students up to the age of 18, 19 years old.
So you mean they will be like that until 17 years old?
They will push depending on what boundaries, but they will push. Because that is how they establish what is right, what is wrong. And they feel safer when the parents are there to actually put their foot down on the boundaries. It is when our boundaries keep shifting that they stop respecting us, and they know that, oh, okay, my father is a pushover, my mom is a pushover. They're very, very smart, So I realized all this because, I used to put my foot down all the time with my students, or, whenever they go off track, like 3 times they give me excuses. The 4th time, no, you have to deal with it, because they did it in front of the class. The whole class saw that he challenged you 3 times not putting in his work. He gave you reasons and excuses. Then that one, he doesn't deserve the courtesy of me dealing with him separately. So in front of the class, I have to tell him off. So you need to know when, and it is okay. And then later on, I realized that, oh, no wonder the kids respect. Sometimes I worry, oh my God, tomorrow they're not going to come back to class ready, because I told them off in front of everybody.
Will they
No,
hold resentment like, oh, this teacher beat me? Like, will they do that?
They will do that if they know you're not coming from the space of care. All right. They also know when they have pushed the boundaries and you've decided to say, no, this is the boundary, I'm putting a stop to it. Okay. They know, because 3 times they've done it. And therefore, when you do it, they respect you. If you're coming from the space of care, they're okay. And if you say things that are not reasonable, they will also know it. They will not respect you, But if you come from, and then the other one is you're not manipulating. All right. You're not manipulating them. Kids have this antenna, and you've got to pardon my French here. They have what I call the bullshit antenna. They know when adults are not. Yes, naturally they sense it, and therefore they also know, and they will react in all sorts of ways: disrespect, not doing what you're saying, even to parents. That means something is there, especially as they get older, because they don't know how to tell you what they're unhappy about. They just react. They will show face, they will roll their eyes, all the very things that will annoy the heck out of us. So there is something that we're doing, that we're saying, that's not in sync, and they don't know how to tell you. And that's what happens in schools as well, when they don't respect the teacher. And the teacher doesn't even know why the student is not listening to them, and so on, because they don't feel the care. They feel that you want them to do the work. It's only coming from the space. There's no worth to them. You don't even know me, and you're assuming things about me, and they will not respect you, and they can even be passive aggressive. They will challenge you by not doing anything. That is one of the hardest to deal with. So this just a little bit for you to understand the psychology of kids.
Wow.
Okay?
So the first level is they challenge you by not doing the things that you want them to do, and then they challenge you by not doing anything.
That's the worst.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Because there's something that means that we're doing as adults. But I love working with kids. I really love, because the feedback is instantaneous. So whether kids like me or don't like me, I know it in a minute.
Wow.
And it doesn't mean that because they don't hide it. But it doesn't mean that I have to only do nice things to them in order for them to like me. I have to put down my boundaries as well. They respect me as well, but because all the other times you're coming from the space of care, if you're coming from the space of love, like you're asking about whacking, if you are whacking them, especially if it is going to hurt themselves, they're doing something that's going to hurt themselves or hurt somebody else. And after talking to them already, that doesn't work, then you might have to warn them already. The next time you do it, I'm going to have to smack you.
Okay.
Okay.
So you tell, warn, then you smack. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you smack, never at the face. Right?
Okay.
Never at the face.
Is it duty purpose or what? Why is it not?
Because the hand and the face is where you show love. So you really don't want to go in that space at all. Yeah.
Okay.
You can smack them at the buttocks.
Okay.
Or the thighs where there's a lot of fat.
Okay.
Some people don't agree that you smack on the hand, but for me it's okay. You can smack them on the hand, it's all right.
Okay.
But more sometimes it's to shock them out of what they're doing. And if they cry from there, don't even react to it. Say stop crying and stop crying. That's what I see parents do all the time.
That's where we need this, right? The noise cancelling headphone. I would suggest this Sony brand. Sony should be our brand, our sponsor as well for this show. Okay, so when you whack their hand and buttock, what is for your opinion? By the way, viewers, for those of you who are watching, we are also discussing methods and ways. There's no one way and no one solution of how to handle your kids. So as disclaimer, you can benefit from this and take how you learn, but this is not a one solution thing lah. So I just want to ask, right, when you whack, what in your opinion is a permissible item? For example, using hand only, using last time I kena rotan, the kai mo, so I kena belt, I kena hanger, like kena kau man. So what are the tools? Tools of whacking which you think is okay?
Okay. Now, actually, if you deal with the kids correctly, especially if you figure a way to work with them, and maybe another day I'll talk to you about how to do that positive parenting thing. Then you'll know how to shift their space. If you shift their space, then you are not going to be you're not going to need the rotan and all that stuff. Yeah, and just one hand whack. Yeah, it's true. I deal with a lot of students, right? So sometimes if the kids refuse to do what you ask them to do, you just move away and do your own thing and leave him there. Like sometimes in class, we have students either not doing their work, refusing, because I think one of the things that parents really want to know is that I get this all the time. You mean you do all the positive things, don't punish them?
Yeah.
That one I get a lot. You mean you don't punish them, you don't discipline them? No, there's a huge
cannot.
Of course, discipline is critical. It's how you discipline. The question is whether you want the discipline to become self-discipline, where they can self-govern themselves, or that we perpetually have to have external discipline coming from outside. So it is a huge difference. So if we have to keep whacking them, or that means it is not getting through. So we got to figure a different way to do it. And there are many ways to do it. So, but that's a whole different story altogether. But the main thing is you can punish. But the thing is the punishment can come in different forms that will make a lot more sense, which is if the kids challenge you, remove their privileges. You see, like just now when I asked you to stop letting the next day, no TV for him, that is removing his privilege. But you got to let him know in advance. If he doesn't, if he throws a tantrum or he cries, the next day, no TV.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So punishment is okay. It's just the method of punishment and how we discipline them is the main manner. Because we are actually when you say about it, right? Yeah, it's more to, we are trying to make the scenario better rather than making ourselves feel good.
Yeah.
Right?
So just don't come from the space of rage. That one, I think a lot of people are worried about this whacking thing because they're worried about abuse. Okay. Now, abuse comes in a few forms, especially when it comes from the space of rage, and they're really whacking to the point where the child is endangered. Or the other one I really, really cannot stand is when they manipulate. You see, you make me do it. It's you make me do it. It's because of you that I have to whack you.
Is it the same like last time my mother liked to say, you go to all the data places, ampun and can't catch you, ampun and catch you. Like that, correct? Hi, my mother always tell me, you go there, you die. Oh, must die one, no, cannot injure or you hurt yourself. You go there, you die.
Yeah, we even have one viewer here who said that, my children are immune to my spanking.
Okay. So that means the spanking doesn't work. Doesn't work. Yeah, and therefore we got to figure a different way to do it. They do that's why you have to know when to bring it out, and it has to be sparingly done. The best way is actually to remove their privileges. If they throw a tantrum with their food, just remove everything, clean up, and then that's it. Your kids will not right now. Your kids will not die of hunger. All right. Their issue is they have got too much food.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's more complicated than what I thought it is. I thought it's just a yes whack and how to whack with Rotan. So it's much more complicated. I think we need to bring this into a whole new series, to whack or not to whack. Series A by what? By this method or different method. So I think we have been sharing a lot about this. Let's see to some of our comments. We have a few, like what Melissa was saying. Elaine Liao, thank you very much. Your comment, my children are immune to my spanking, so we should try a different method, which I think you can log on to see what are the other methods that is also available. Option A, do this. Option B, do. Oh my gosh,
I
like
think she has some video. I think Anne has got some video on her Facebook page as well that she has shared before previously. So those who want to know more, I think there are some videos there. If not, then they can be our topic for our next series as well.
Oh, yeah, man. So yeah, actually we're gonna have this for half an hour only, and so fast, time fast. It's like I only managed to ask one question, to whack or not to whack, and that question is not even solved yet, because there's like to whack or not to whack, A, B, C, A1, A2, A3.
That keep saying no, and also we haven't.
Yeah. So let's go back to Kalai Vani. Thank you very much for commenting. Keep saying no to anything. How do we solve that? Kalai Vani. I want to give present to that guy. Yeah. So
okay. That would depend on what we have been giving attention to. Okay. So like I said, this has to do with control or no control. Whether the kids are in control or we are in control. If we are reacting to them, the kids are in control. And sometimes,
oh man, this is mind blowing. Yeah. Wow. So we just
sometimes you can really throw them off by not reacting at all, and they're like, hey, what's going on? You know. So you got to take back the control.
So we use that aggressive what way? Aggressive, passive aggressive way against them. So we don't do anything. We sit down and it's so much patience. To do that, it's like crazy amount of peace. And
you can learn that. I tell you, once you pick up that skill, you can use it in any way you want. Like say, for instance, I had a student who the way he said it came out rather rude. Okay, so our initial reaction would be to deal with it and say, hey, that's so rude, and we can lose a temper about it. How can you talk like that, right? So for me, what I did with the student or even my own kids, I said, okay, come here. I want you to say this again. Say it like this. Could you please tell me how to do this? You know, so if they're throwing a tantrum, or they are kicking up a fuss, or they're not getting very happy, not very happy with you because you are not helping them or whatever, or the tone they're doing it is not acceptable, just say, come. Say it again, but say it this way. Okay? And they will know, generally, the kids are really cute. They'll say, right, you see, that was so much nicer. Okay, come, let's do it. So I take back control. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So like your son, for instance, if he's before he throws his tantrum like just now, okay, come. Right. Can you ask it nicely? And then for that, because you ask it nicely, I give you 5 more minutes. Negotiate, right? So then, okay, now we set a clock, we set a timer. At the end of the 5 minutes, then it stops. Otherwise, tomorrow, no TV.
Wow. Mind blowing, man. But I think the ultimate point is still a lot of patience. Like,
yes.
Ooh,
it's a lot of patience when you deal with children. But the point is that what you want to do is in such a way where it doesn't stress yourself out. You know, you don't want to get stressed out. But when you start, playing around with psychology and do reverse psychology and things like this, you will find that, okay, then I'm not so stressed out. You know, I used to have students also who would be very playful in class, and they would play. And that time one of my classes was in, one of the golf clubs. So I told the kid, they're like primary students. I said, okay, since you want to play, very calm. I said, okay, since you want to play, go. The playground is over the other side. You go. And because you tell them to go, they will never go. It's the weirdest thing. You know, I had students who didn't do their work, and we wanted to continue with, and this is like perpetually week after week, right? So it comes a point where you're not going to accept it anymore. Okay, look, I'm not punishing you. You see, you're very clear. You come out being a good guy this way. I'm not punishing you. I just want you to go outside find a space, sit down and finish your work. Because in the class, you're not going to finish it. So I just want you to finish your work. Being around your friends, you're not going to do your work. So you just go outside, do your work. The minute you're done, just come on in and join us. Now, many of them will do it. It's not punishment. It's just I have to make sure you do your work. All right? I don't want to punish you. I'm not yelling at you. I just need you to do it. So the minute they do, and they come back in, I say, look, how long did it take you? Less than 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you know. All they needed. I said, at home, all you need is 5 or 10 minutes. So that's when you reason, but no yelling, no screaming. Say reason with them. And there are times also I have students, no, don't want to go out. You don't want to go out. I said, okay, you don't want to go out, fine. I took the rest of the class who have done their work, okay, let's go out.
Wow.
You got to make sure you are in control. And then the kid, I'm not yelling at him or her. I said, the minute you're done, come out and join us. When you're ready to learn, come out and join us. You know, so it's more their, letting them see the choices that they're making. They know, they're so smart. They know that it's not making any sense.
I think we should give Teacher Ann a title by calling Teacher Ann Kuan Yin Tam.
Oh, no.
You are like the amount of patience and the way that you conduct it is like, oh, I cannot imagine, man. I cannot even imagine myself. Hey, you want to go outside? For me, it's like you know. So it's wow.
Believe me, I have yelled, but you have to decide when to yell as well. You know, if you're yelling for shock treatment, and what I've done is before when I yelled, even my daughters or with my students, is this: you yell in such a way where they can see that, oh, it doesn't make sense for them to do what they're doing. And like say for instance, I share my story. I say, look, do you know why I'm so upset with you? You've done work at this level. All these past months, your level is this. Today, you're giving me this. You know, like this. Today, you're giving me this. So why should I accept it? Right now, the reason I'm yelling is I can't accept it. And then I ask them, look, am I yelling at you because I look down at you or look up to you? This is what you can do. I know you can do this, but this is what you're doing. You know? So is it up or down? When they look at it, oh, look up to them. Because every time you yell at their work, they think that you're looking down at them.
Yeah.
Your kids, you know, when you yell and say that, you know they can do better. So I said, I put my hand like this, and they see. And then they say, oh, right, teacher is looking up. So I'm yelling at you because I know you can do this. So can you do it again? I want to do this. All right? Just lift it up.
Wow.
They'll do it.
Amazing. This totally bring back to all my nostalgic moments back in my Kebangsaan school. My teacher always yell at me, Kevin, I think you just don't care about this subject. You fail, you just fail. I feel so pain.
Wow.
I still remember back in my Form 5 days. But anyway, okay, we have one more comment from actually, it's 5 o'clock already. So we okay, I know half an hour is pretty quite short. So thank you very much for all our viewers. We have, okay, let's take one more last question. This one actually is quite cool though. From Emily Chu, thank you very much for commenting. How to motivate the kids when they are not in the mood to do anything we ask them to do? How to motivate them?
Okay, that's a very good, again, that can be a video by itself, you know, a whole session by itself, because we had to figure all this out over 30, actually I've been teaching for 30 over years, so I had to figure all this out over all those years. But I didn't want the kids to be on the other side and me on, then you're going at loggerheads. Okay, so over the years I realized that if you want to move kids, whatever, especially things you want them to get motivated into doing, they must feel good about it. When they feel good about this thing that you are asking them to do, they will do more for you. It is when they don't feel good about it, no, it's very hard to move them. And that self-motivation is not going to happen. Education is one of the biggest issues because in school, the kids are bored to tears. They don't like the work. There's nothing, the exams, they don't feel good. There's nothing to them that is exciting or feel there's a feel good factor. Come home, get into more trouble. Parents are chasing for homework, yelling at them for homework.
Then go tuition.
Tuition. Yes. So right now, education is one where there's no feel good factor to it. Yeah. So you have to start shifting the space so that they start to feel good. That one is that you're on their side. And a simple thing can be, if you have school-going children who hate homework, okay, you know what? I know that you've got a lot of work. Now, mommy can't do it for you. This is one of those things, I just can't do it for you. Yeah, I can see that the school is just laying a lot of work on you, right? So you know what we can do? I'm going to sit down and do my work. I will keep you company. You sit and do your work. Mommy or daddy will sit next to you as well. Halfway through the work, as they do their work, give them a hug and say, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. I can see you're working so hard. Shift that space for them. Really start shifting that space for them. Then, and they also know that you're not just talking, asking them to do work, but you are willing to put aside time to be with them. Then they start to see that doing homework is mommy, daddy time, or mommy and daughter time, or mommy, son time, or daddy and daughter time. And then after they've done maybe half an hour or an hour of work, you can see that they've been working. Say, okay, why don't we just, I know you've got ice cream in the fridge, right? Come and treat ourselves to ice cream together. So things like this, you can start shifting it. So once it becomes a feel-good thing, they will do more. Right now, they're just in trouble. You have no idea the kind of the feedback I've been getting from my students and even my teachers as adults. And it impacts who they become, many of them. Like they feel that they're not good enough. They feel like the only worth that they ever have is only in their work, schoolwork. Those things are very, very damaging.
Wow. I mean, every method that you propose is always out of a lot of patience and love, and in fact now when I'm trying to look at it, it's always when we want to whack, it's really out of our impatience and out of temper, and sometimes can be to a whole new level is rage. It's like, why are you not doing things that is supposed to be done? Come to think about it, it's like they are just children, right? So I mean, for me, what I have learned to do is to identify that feeling, the moment like, then I like, okay, that feeling, okay, stop. Okay, then yeah. I don't know if any of the viewers feel the same way as I do, but please comment and share. Yes, and yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna, as the viewers are sharing, right? I just want to share with you, please don't be so hard on yourselves. I tell you, the kids are so smart. They know where your trigger points are. They purposely push your trigger points, So if you do feel angry, it's very, very natural, So don't be hard on yourselves that, oh, I must be zen or whatever. Believe me, you have no idea how often they can really make you blow your top, So, but then the thing is that, do I want more of the same, or I want to take back control, So if I don't want more of the same, then I got to switch it. So the minute I switch it, I don't have to deal with it again. But bear in mind also, the children will know. If they like what you're doing, they won't do it again. But if they still want to challenge, they will. And boys are more inclined to challenge more than girls. Yes, and
they follow the father lah. For fathers, if you're like that, you liao lah, right? When you're young, you like to challenge. Now your son like that, apa lagi?
But in the classes, because the boys they're challenge boundaries more, they're actually a lot of fun to have in class if you know how to use their energy and their ability to push the boundaries, and that's what I have found over the years. Girls will comply faster, and they actually believe the fact that if you sit down, keep quiet, you're a good student, sort of thing. I'm sharing a lot of what I get the chance to work with thousands of students. That's why it's easy for me to share. So a lot of the experiences come from the classroom with my kids, because I don't have sons, so I do deal with boys, and therefore I know how to handle them, and I know that they will challenge a bit more. And if they do challenge, they may challenge 10 times, but because of you having the boundary, they may stop after 10 times, So it's just that you've got to be consistent 10 times, Yes. But girls, after 2 times, they may comply. That's the difference. In general, not that I haven't come across really, really stubborn girls. I do get that, but
I believe you have 1,000 kids to teach and 1,000 girls and boys more than I have 2 boys. I also want to die. You have 1,000 more than that, and girls and guys. Wow. That's why I think you need that Kuan Yin title already. So
No,
like,
no, no, no.
like, oh my. So and looking at the comments right now, thank you very much, Winnie Sue, for commenting. We have quite a lot of comments here. Thank you. Yep. For those of you who think it's good, thank you very much. Please continue to join us. Okay, I think we have a bit over time now. So but it's so fun. Let's take one more last question. We have from Jackie Chow. Sometimes if damage is done, you let it out on your kids after a stressful day. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, Jackie Chow. So sometimes it's also triggered by our own stress at work, right?
Yes.
That we came to a point to I don't know whether is there such situation that happens to you before. Like we are so stressed at work, when we come back, it's like when the sound, it just triggers you, and you just whack. And after you whack, it's always after you whack you feel guilty one. It's like I was like, what? After that, I shouldn't have. Like how? what is your comment on such to Jackie Chow?
Okay. Like I said, all of us are human. Okay. It is what you do after that. And if you feel like the punishment may be a bit too big for what the reason is, and I just sit down with your child, say, look, this is what mommy is dealing with in at work. So I came back, my mood was already very bad. So you just triggered it. So, and you just talk to them. They're very smart.
So you actually share your daily thing, because I know parents, right? Normally it's like, why I want to tell them? They don't even understand what is stress. You don't know what daddy is going through work. No, you tell them about.
Yep.
Wow.
My daughter has been part of my my work and my business since they were very young, and like even lower primary, and they've been helping me ever since. So they know and they understand what I do. So, and it's good for you. Sometimes just offhand, you just share with them something funny that happens at work, and then you just tell them, look, what you did really got me very upset, and but what I did, I'm sorry if I whack you too hard, okay, and then you come to, at least what you have done is you're apologizing to your child. If you have gone overboard, and you know it, they will accept it from you.
Wow.
They will accept it from you. I tell you, it will.
Do you have to reward them back to compensate?
No.
Oh no.
No. You just tell them, thank you for understanding. Thank you for understanding. Just give them a hug. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
But and then maybe come to an agreement. Okay, the next time I come back, if I had to deal with something, and mommy Chong Fo already, like really hot already. I'll tell you, before you do anything, let me have half an hour, and then I'll come back and talk to you. All right. Say, can we agree to that? Yeah, so that I don't treat you unreasonably, or I don't just blow my top at you. Then we can sit down and figure out what it is that you want.
So we be open to our kids and tell them, hey, you know what? Daddy has been through a very bad day. Give me half an hour to cool down before. So you open up and wow, okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they understand.
Yes.
Okay.
And they also learn how to talk about how they feel, because you are giving them the words for it, you see. Because they pick things up from the parents. Half the time they react and interact, the way they react, and they lose temper and stuff like that. Half the time is they can't tell you what it is that they're upset about. They just don't have the words most times.
Yep. Wow. Okay. So I think
that helps.
Looking at the comments, I think everybody is quite. Well, thank you very much, Winnie Sue, Jermaine Lee. We have a lot of comments here that for those of you who wants to join us, we're probably going to do this whole series every Saturday at 4:30 p.m. If you want to talk more about any of your topics, please feel free to comment what are the topics that you want to talk about. So coming up next, we're going to have some more interesting topics like next week to talk about. Like, actually, I have one more power question to ask. Oh my gosh.
You have to do it next week, Kevin. You have to do it next week.
Yeah, or else we'll talk until midnight and I still got a question to ask. Like, okay.
Looking at all the comments and all, I think we've got quite a number of good topics to have in our series. One is how to motivate a child. One is how to deal with passive aggressive kids.
Yep.
Another one is, you know, when you say no, what happens when you have a child that keeps on rewinding and saying no, 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 no all the way?
Yep. Even just now, Anne was talking about the passive aggressive. I think Winnie, Elaine Liao was asking how to deal with such passive aggressive. We will talk about it next week. All right, or more, you know, or other topics. We see what.
Okay. Yeah, bring it on. Bring it.
Teacher Anne, you know, you've got ex-students saying hi to you. You've got former students from all over the years all saying hi to you. You've got so many viewers right now. And there's another one that says how to raise a happy child too as a topic. So yeah, do keep it coming in. You can direct message us. You can, you know, click the follow button as well on her page, and then we'll have all these.
Please
and then to all the ex-students, thank you so much, guys. I really miss all of you. And yeah, great to know that you're in touch here. So yes, please feel free. You know how to contact me. Okay.
All your students were once your students that grew up to be a parent and now they understand. Okay, viewers, if you feel guilty now, maybe you can send some reward, you know, like how last time you used to challenge Teacher Anne, you know, the one to listen to Teacher Anne. Now is your time to maybe buy a nice Gongcha or bubble tea and send to Teacher Anne's house. So I think that would be all for this week's session. We also have lots of questions, lots of topics, and those of you who have commented, please keep the comments coming in. You can drop it on Teacher Anne's Facebook. Please follow and like us and share with all your friends who are parents who are also going through the same thing during this season of MCO. I know I myself is going through it. That's why we are going through this whole season together. Remember, you are not alone. All right, you have us to share it with. So please comment here. This is an open, very open space for all parents to come and openly voice out your frustration. Don't worry, your kids will not know. I mean, if they know, then too bad what to do, right? So, but it's okay. Tell us your problem, comment on it, give us a topic to share. Next week, we're going to be live again on Saturday, 4:30 p.m. If it's so good and we cannot cover, maybe we might do it twice a week, or we might do it up to 1 hour. Actually, we're supposed to do half an hour already now, 50 minutes. Sorry, Teacher Anne, for taking up 20 minutes of your time. But yes, any last words for, I think, from Teacher Anne to all your students, last word before we close?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, just don't be hard on yourselves. You know, it's natural, but what we'll do is we'll share with you on, give some of the suggestions that are given a try. You know, you never know. You never know whether it works on your child or not. If it doesn't, then we will, maybe there's something else that we may need to share with you maybe in the next video. So mainly, everybody just stay safe.
Okay, so let's not be, as parents, we also have to sayang ourselves lah. It's not just about treating your kids good, be patient. You know, they are always right. We also have to sayang ourselves, go get yourself a nice coffee or ice cream, be positive. And you know that you can share with us every Saturday. You tahan 1 week, Saturday, you let it all out. Just comment us. Wow, how to become a great warm teacher like you. Thank you, Lok Sang Lop's comment. Thank you very much. So actually, we got so much more to cover. I got questions like how about applying this on military, on soldiers? How about those like legends who were born into like childhood hardship? And so many more questions to have. But for those of you who are following us and you find it very interesting, join us next week. We will still come live every Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Okay. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Teacher Anne.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Melissa.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Bye.